Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gamigiyaru and I'm here to talk about a controversy that's been happening within the Genshin Impact community as of late. In case you guys don't know what Genshin Impact is, it's an open world action RPG developed by Hoyoverse, formerly known as miHoYo. It takes place in a fantasy world of Teyvat, which is divided into several regions, each inspired by different real-world cultures and governed by a powerful archon. Players take the role of Traveler, who is searching for their lost sibling while uncovering the secrets of Teyvat. Within this game, it is a gacha game, which means that characters and weapons are primarily obtained through a gacha, aka loot box, system called Wishes, where players can spend premium currency, primogems, to pull for new characters or gear. Within this game, there are a multitude of characters. I think there's about 100 or so, but right now, let's mainly talk about Kinich. As you can see in the background, this is Kinich. He's one of the first characters to come out within Notland, which is the newest region in Genshin Impact. And while this region itself has a lot of issues that I will not be going into, Kinich himself was a fan favorite amongst many different people within the Genshin community. Now, without the basic introductions out of the way, allow me to introduce you to today's problem. Kinich's voice actor, who was previously I'm so sorry, I'm gonna say this wrong, John Patanude, was replaced by a new voice actor, Jacob Takanashi. And you might be wondering, oh, did the original John do something really bad to get replaced? Just like for the voice actor for Tainari and how he was like a child groomer and all of that.
What are they going to do? Lock me up? I dare them.
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Fortunately, he did not groom children, but he was on strike. Now, allow me to explain what the strike is even about here. There is an ongoing strike with the SAG concerning the use of artificial intelligence, AI, in the entertainment industry. John, along with other voice actors, chose to withhold their services in solidarity with the strike. This decision, in turn, led to Hoyoverse to find a replacement, to ensure the community of Kinich's character in the game. See, the reason why they were withholding their services was because I'm pretty sure their contractors wanted to replace them with AI. So a majority of Genshin Impact for the last couple of patches has been completely silent, with only a few characters talking. And it's really jarring because this game is 90% voice acted. Only a few quests don't really have any voice acting for them. And it's usually quests that have like minor NPCs and stuff. But most of the main story quests and most of the quests that have to do with the characters are voiced. So it's very jarring to be playing through the game and everything's voiced until suddenly it's not. Or some characters are voiced and some characters aren't. So one character will be talking and then just suddenly it's all quiet. I'm not going to be on Hoyoverse's like dick for this. I'm not riding their dick, but I understand the decision for them to replace a voice actor. Do I think it was okay for them to terminate John without talking to him or communicating the fact that he was fired? No. I don't. I think that's really unprofessional. But you know what else is unprofessional? Let's get into the next section. So, when you go through Twitter, when you search for Kinich VA, there's a lot of shit being said. Let's start with the original voice actor saying this. Hey everyone, if you've been playing the latest 5.5 update in Genshin Impact and are hearing Kinich speak for the first time in 6 months, it is not my voice. I've been recast. I've been withholding voiceover services during the SAG-AFTRA SAG-AFTRA interactive strike because Hoyo/Cognosphere wouldn't offer AI protections in the form of an SAG interim agreement. They kept my character's dialogue silent for months. All the while, I had made the difficult decision to continue not going in until an interim agreement was signed, and this ultimately was why I was recast. Now, obviously, a recast is not what I wanted. I'd hoped that any progress behind the scenes would have been made and I could come back safely, or that if a recast auditions went out, my colleagues wouldn't read for them. Unfortunately, I was wrong. I absolutely adored playing Kinich. Genshin was my comfort game during the early parts of the pandemic, and it was a dream of mine to book a playable character. At the time, I didn't have an agent, I didn't live in LA, or had any connections that would get me close, but 4 years later, I did it! And the messages I've received from you all saying how much my performance as Kinich meant to you made my heart swell. I would and can return if Hoyo invites me back and signs an interim. I stand by my choices regardless of the outcome. Also, the strike is still ongoing. Please do not believe disinformation on the internet. My best wishes to the cast and production team. Thank you for everything, JP. But the second one that you see right under the original is the new voice actor with this post. Role announcement. I'm honored to join the English cast of Genshin Impact as the voice of Kinich. Taking up the mantle of Malipo is a privilege, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to carry the flame from the previous flame bearer, John, who did an incredible job. Those are big shoes to fill, and I promise to give it my all, out of respect for him, for Hoyoverse, and for you, the fans. Thank you to Diana for their amazing direction and for helping me navigate the intricacies of this incredible game, and to Side Tokyo and Hoyoverse for the honor of bringing Kinich to life. I am deeply grateful for the privilege of entertaining you all. With another image of Kinich. With such a wholesome message, you would think that the comments under it would be supportive. And while there is one, Nathan, the voice of Auroron, replied with, "Welcome to the team, Jacob." A lot of the other voice actors did not feel the same way. As you can see here, there is a community context. So let's read this. This is actually kinda diabolical. If you need the money, at least take the role uncredited. This just comes off as an easy grab for clout. It is not a good look. According to the voice actor Nathan Noakes, Villa VA Jacob Takanashi, who is a Japan-based voice actor, had no knowledge of the strike or the circumstance of which the role was being recast. When you click on this, this is Auroron's voice actor. Right, I spoke to the new VA who lives and works in Japan and he didn't even know what was going on. He came into an onslaught of criticism and didn't know anything about the strike or SAG since SAG isn't in Japan. Blows my mind. With this context, let's read some of the other voice actors and their thoughts. This person, Kaylee, is voice of Kuching in Genshin Impact, just for reference. And if you keep scrolling, of course, you can see "Welcome to the team, Jacob. Thanks, Auroron." This is Paimon's voice actor here. This wasn't a passing of the torch. Look at Kenich's all VA's response before you comment shit on someone else. Yep, I did, and he was striking for AI protections. That is not a passing of the torch. I'm so disappointed in how you chose to respond to this situation. I'm really disappointed in the actions of this person. I don't believe he didn't know. All of this studio's editions that go out tell you when it's a recast. It seems that Candace VA Shara Kirby has announced that she'd be quitting or seems to be completely done with Genshin. Hoyo being genuinely awful to their talent makes me sick, honestly, with this attached. This has got to be the most classless thing I've seen with everything going on. Have fun with Genshin, you'll never work on anything else. LMFAO. It's also interesting how they're recording in Japanese for a English dub now. Wow, cool. Go a bed and recast me too while you're at it. Fuck you, Hoyo, disrespectfully. I'm gonna delete some of that thread later because this is semi-professional page, but TLDR, don't talk to me about Genshin Impact ever again. K? Cause, let's be frank, who is gonna beat my ass over a video game that underpays its performers and is actively farming their voices so that they don't have to hire real people? A majority of the people on Twitter so far seem to be on the side of Kenich's new voice actor. The Kinich VA changed showed how the true colors of a lot of Genshin Impact's VAs. And y'all are fucking disgusting people. Attacking someone who literally has no involvement or clue of what's going on because they live in an entirely different country. Re-evaluate yourself, please. And it was pointed out because Paimon's voice actor, Karina, decided to make this post that I mentioned earlier. It wasn't a passing of the torch. And someone responded with, and you working on it is still good for the strike. Like, it makes sense, considering the fact that Karina is one of the voice actors who is still voicing in the game every single patch when they said that they are actually on strike. And they said, no, you're right, I'm technically scabbing. I originally have this role, and technically I can still work in this role. I am a disabled person, and this is the job that puts food on the table, as I actually record this role year-round. But I didn't take this role from another person who is striking. I had this role, and I'm stuck with it, because I have no other way to get my medical bills. Yes, it's technically I am a scab, and you were right. I don't deserve any praise right now. I don't deserve any of it. I deserve to be told off just like this actor, so please do. No one should look up to me. I'm trapped and a coward because I continue this job, because if I did not, I'd end up homeless. I do not say that because I deserve sympathy. I don't. The ones sticking to the picket line deserve all of the praise, not me. I love voicing Paimon. Love it. I have been through so much that you guys will never truly understand. But I also know that what I am and what I should not be given any applause for this. I could feasibly stick the line to my fellow actors, I would. This job actually barely keeps me alive. But that doesn't mean that it makes a difference. It's not a good thing to my fellow actor that I continue to work on this game. I have struggled with that since the strike started. So call me out for this. Please, I deserve it. If it means we get closer to making things better, then so be it. I have many thoughts on this that I will not be sharing, but the general idea is I think Karina's full of shit. But you guys can put your comments down below. Girl is literally attacking the new Kinich voice actor. That's why I don't like these type of VAs. They cause problems which cause harassment. Then they defend themselves by talking about their health problems and life to you. Like, this is manipulation here. And if you go to the replies here, even Kaching VA are showing your colors. Yeah, Hu Tao's VA as well. Thank you for standing strong and holding the line with us. You're a real one. And replied to this tweet by the original Kinich VA. And then she follows up with, clears throat, some of us. Shakes my fucking head. This is Sucrose's voice actor replying with a bunch of thumbs down. Of course, I've already talked about Candace. Gaming's dad in the game replying with, say, are you Japanese or Japanese American? Able to portray a 20s male character. Can sing, have excellent home studio. I've got a couple of colleagues in mind, but I would like to know more voice actors, except for that one guy. Please DM me your website. Thank you. God forbid you disagree with a white bitch, and now they gotta bring up the fact that they're non-binary or gay or got ADHD or an eating problem or Italian or autism or BPD or DID or childhood trauma or... Sorry, that's pretty funny. I'm not even gonna lie for that. That's pretty funny. Oh, that's Hu Tao's voice actor implying that the new Kinich VA is a scab even though he lives in Japan and doesn't bring up Paimon's VA. He was literally a scab. How very nice. I'm definitely putting this. This is gonna be in the thumbnail. Hoyoverse English VA is continuing to prove that they're awful people, LMAO. Paimon's English VA is directing hate to the new VA for Kinich because he took the role of someone that was on strike. God forbid someone takes a job to put food on their table. Shaming him publicly is wild. Genshin's VA's harassing and trying to ruin the career of Kinich's new VA is probably the worst behavior I have seen from people like this. At this point, I feel no sympathy for them. I hope they all get recast. I hope all the English Genshin VAs who harassed him apologize. It's crazy how only one had the basic decency to reach out to him and ask about the situation before shit-talking them. This is why you should always ask first. I feel sorry for Kinich's new VA. Really unprofessional. Look at the English VA to be angry at Kinich's new VA. I understand the sentiment, but rather than directing your anger towards the replacement, you should be more angry at the company who replaced in the first place. Threatening to blacklist them is uncool. Using excuses for being autistic and admitting to scabbing is just wrong in every perspective. You have created the hate for Kinich's new VA, whereas the guy himself is not based in the US, thus he has nothing to do with the US VA strike. everything doesn't revolve around America. I think a bunch of Genshin's ENVAs need to learn what professionalism is. Going after Kenichi's new VA just seems rude and unnecessary. What's the point in doing so to begin with? It won't change what happened and the anger is misdirected to begin with. Who's this? Another voice actor. This is so wrong, so wrong. You stole a job from someone fighting for all of your rights, yours included. The disrespect from you to play this off like it was a gift to you is sick. I hope it was worth it, because I guarantee not a lot of people want to work with you again. Man, I can understand why many VAs are upset because of the strike. The recasting was definitely unfortunate for the old Kinich VA, but shouldn't you at least be professional about this instead of this? Seriously, I need to remind myself that these are adults. A thread about everything regarding SAG-AFTRA and my personal opinion. Before anyone says it, no, your comments about Gunnar and Incel and Bio does not detract from my points, make my opinion less valid, nor change the truth of the situation. At least I can find it in my heart to be honest with myself, and you to have such in my bio. Okay? Oh, and feel free to quote retweet me. I'm not putting up with 100 brain-dead Hoyo fans commenting the same few things like NPCs. Oh, you don't care about the voice actors. Just strike is only about AI. If you're gonna argue, educate yourself first. A little background for extra content. SAG was formed in 1933, initially to represent film and television performers. It's been almost 100 years, times are changing, and it's time to tell and show. Now to address the actual situation. The SAG bullshit and the stuff that they're not telling you. Oh, one part of this may be about AI, I do believe that, but it's a disingenuous statement to say all of it is. Consider the agreement between the Zenless Zero studio as an example. If Hoyo signs, around half the cast will need to be replaced due to not being in a union after they use their 3 Taft-Hartley chances, and if those non-union voice actors want to continue, they need to be forced to join SAG. To do so, they would have to pay for it out of their own pocket, and SAG could just turn them away if they do not like them. It's more about dominance and control than anything to do with AI, but they never tell you that, because the Screen Actors Guild is never completely honest. Let us not forget about Helena Taylor and Platinum Games. For those who didn't hear, she's the former BA of Bayonetta who tried to weaponize fans and make them do her bidding against the studio because she wanted more money. Until the studio shown she was making it up. The elephant in the room is that the voice actors commenting are reluctant to mention it at all. Global Rule 1 forbids union VAs from participating in non-union projects. Every SAG VA in Genshin is and has always been breaking this rule. SAG has just turned a blind eye. Not to mention, you can be blacklisted out of entire industries as a result of a union because of the hold most unions have on companies. Whoever hates on Kenichi's new voice actor is literally disrespecting his old voice actor's wishes. Like, if you don't like the new VA, just switch to a different language. It's not the end of the world. Grow up. Hoping the English voice actors understand this and apologize to new Kenichi's VA. I'm just going to say this and leave it at that. Negativity cannot fight negativity. Be gracious, kind, and respect even when you disagree. It's okay to disagree and probably encouraged by some, but putting someone down is never going to make someone think more positively. This comment is not for or against anyone. If it fits you, own it. I think this is enough scrolling through Twitter, honestly. What do you guys think? What are you guys' thoughts on this? Because honestly, I think this whole situation could have been avoided pretty quickly, and I think it's very unprofessional for the other voice actors to attack the new one. If you guys have a different opinion to mine, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I would love to read them. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and check out my second channel, link in the description. Thanks!